In today's episode of the GlobalOps report, we're diving deep into the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, uncovering a covert operation involving Serbian mercenaries that adds complexity to an already challenging situation. But before we delve into that, let's catch up on the latest developments from the war zone and the international response. Our story begins in Ukraine, a nation that has been grappling with a conflict with Russia since the start of the conflict. This ongoing crisis has resulted in a series of tragic events that have left the world shocked and deeply concerned. One such incident occurred when a devastating Russian attack on a village cafe resulted in the loss of 48 lives, including innocent civilians. President Volodymyr Zelensky described this attack as one of the deadliest in recent months, condemning it as a demonstrably brutal Russian crime. However, Russia has consistently denied targeting civilians, leading to international condemnation. On a tragic day, a Russian missile struck, causing civilian casualties, including a 10-year-old boy and his grandmother. President Zelensky's unwavering commitment to seeking justice for these innocent victims is at the heart of our story. Amidst these harrowing events, we shine a spotlight on Ukraine's relentless pursuit of justice. Maxim Sutskiridze, the deputy head of the National Police of Ukraine, has been leading what is now the largest ever war crimes investigation. The scale of their operation is staggering, with 97,000 criminal investigations, meticulous studies of 40,000 crime scenes, 2,100 suspects identified, and 1,000 cases referred to the courts. In a recent development, we uncover a covert operation involving Serbian mercenaries. The Kremlin has been attempting to hire Serbian private soldiers for deployment to Ukraine. These mercenaries are being registered as volunteers from the Moscow region to bypass the clandestine mobilization effort, which seeks to hire contract servicemen instead of declaring another nationwide draft call. The fighters are then sent to the 106th Division of Russia's airborne troops. The scheme to recruit Serbian mercenaries was allegedly conceived by Roman Karatev, deputy head of the Moscow regional government and a graduate of the Federal Security Service, FSB, Academy. Davor Savii, head of the Wagner Group's Serbian platoon, and Marko Miluvi, the son of former Yugoslavian President Slobodan Miluvi, joined the effort. Miluvi was supposed to guarantee his former compatriots that the Russian side will go through with all the agreements. It's essential to mention that French outlet Intelligence Online first reported on Moscow's plans to recruit 500 Serbian nationals for the Ukraine war back in late August. In February 2023, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a decree allowing foreign nationals to sign military contracts in Russia for 1 year, a significant shift from the previous requirement of 5-year contracts for foreigners wishing to fight on Russia's side. As the conflict unfolds, the international community is closely monitoring the situation. Just hours ago, the US condemned a horrifying Russian attack on a Ukrainian village that killed 52 people. This act of violence shocked Western leaders, who vocally condemned it as a demonstration of the depths of depravity Russian forces are willing to sink to. European Union leaders have been meeting to discuss complex questions about the bloc's laws and potential Ukrainian membership. EU Council President Charles Michel emphasized the need to address critical questions regarding their means and ambitions. In a recent development, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the successful testing of a potent new strategic missile. He also mentioned the near completion of the Samut intercontinental ballistic missile system. This announcement has raised concerns about Russia's nuclear capabilities. Additionally, Russia's State Duma plans to discuss revoking the ratification of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, CTBT, which could have significant implications for global security. Finally, in economic news, Russia has withdrawn a ban on diesel exports delivered to seaports via pipelines, a move that could impact global markets. Before we wrap up, breaking news from Ukraine. The country has reported at least 49 civilians dead after a Russian missile strike on a grocery store in the Kharkiv region. President Zelensky condemned this attack as demonstrably brutal and said Russian terror must be stopped. Russia did not immediately comment on the accusations from Ukraine. As we conclude this episode of the GlobalOps report, it's evident that the conflict in Ukraine continues to be a source of immense tragedy and concern. The devastating attacks on innocent civilians, such as the recent missile strike on a grocery store, remind us of the urgent need for peace and justice. Ukraine's unwavering commitment to seeking justice for these victims, even in the midst of an active war, is a testament to the resilience and determination of its people. The scale of their war crimes investigation is staggering, with tens of thousands of cases being meticulously examined. In a surprising twist, we uncovered a covert operation involving Serbian mercenaries, shedding light on the complexities and covert tactics employed in this ongoing conflict. The involvement of key figures and the recruitment of foreign nationals raise questions about the extent of Russia's strategies in Ukraine. International responses to these developments have been swift and condemnatory, with the US and EU leaders expressing their outrage at the horrifying attacks on Ukrainian civilians. The world watches closely as Russia's President Putin announces advancements in his country's nuclear capabilities, raising concerns about the broader implications for global security. With discussions about the EU's potential enlargement and membership for Ukraine, as well as Russia's potential revocation of a major nuclear treaty, the geopolitical landscape remains volatile and uncertain. We'll continue to monitor the situation in Ukraine and bring you the latest updates in future episodes. Our thoughts are with the people of Ukraine as they navigate these challenging times. Thank you for tuning into the GlobalOps report.